Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Grinding with Borgman. We are on episode 15, working through. So yeah, welcome back. Today, yesterday I'd been talking about just hopping right into this piece. So took care of some, warm-ups and whatnot beforehand, so that way we could just hop right into this and just go ahead and get a little work done on it, because we spent so long yesterday just enjoying drawing that drawing that line art of Horo, character for our upcoming book, which will be released within the next year, possibly year and a half. Gotta get cracking on some of it. But anyways, that's what this is for. To help me grind those things out. Hopefully that's why you come too, because you find it helpful to just have a little company while you're taking care of business, accomplishing your goals, putting in the effort required to succeed at your chosen vocation. But yeah, anyways, I've been getting really back into stand-up comedy lately, just been enjoying specials and stuff, and that's nice to do, because then it's like you don't need to pay attention to the visuals as much, and you can get like just little dopamine injections while you're, I guess it would suck for like a musician, because you wouldn't be able to not really able to listen to anything that's a much more engrossing, making music, yeah, that would be much more engrossing of a creative task, because you gotta be paying attention to what you can't like look at anything, whereas with drawing I can listen to something even while I gotta look at this. Definitely can't listen to something while I do that. But anyways, hope y'all are enjoying my ramblings. So I've been looking up different painting techniques, just to like remind myself, you always need refreshers, regardless what field you're in, you got a workshop to stay relevant. So just reminding me, and I didn't even get like a degree in painting. Mine's in drawing, so it's not even like I didn't get much painting training. It's mostly self-taught as far as painting, based on the principles of drawing and self-experimentation and stuff. Well, sorry, experimenting on my own. I didn't like paint myself. But yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so like different painting methods, and like the one that we've kind of been doing, I didn't even realize that we've been doing it, is it was the, oh shoot, well now I gotta see. This is my problem. My short-term memory is getting so freaking bad. Are you learning bougie color theory? That was one of the ones I was about to watch. But no, the alla prima method, where you're blocking in, colors and tones, and then you're basically you're creating tonal range based, like tonal range is relative, and you use the nearby tones and colors to inform your decision making for the adjacent tones and colors you're putting down. So, it's like time. how it moves so slow when you are not enjoying yourself. Oh man. I tried to work office jobs. I've actually had some management positions and stuff. I just can't do it. Hats off to you if, you find solace in that. It's not in my wheelhouse. I don't know how I came to that. What else was I talking about yesterday? Oh yeah, the underwater. I gotta do more research on the underwater waterfall phenomenon based on salinity and temperature, water temperature. So then this, we need to put, actually we need that to go like, no, see how we're, so that's actually like the tone we want, because it's shinier than these two, but I actually need to also watch some videos on, because I feel like most artists out of China kind of have the same painting method, especially with faces. So many faces are very similarly, like the way that they get to, like their process of rendering is very similar. I'd like to research that because they do create, like the skin tones that Chinese artists produce. Oh shoot, what is that? Why did I do that? I thoroughly enjoy that. It's just very soft and very beautiful. There we go. That's more like it. But yeah, so we're so I'll need to look into some videos on that. I also I'm gonna be starting a new series soon, where I'm going to create well, the series that I want to make is it's going to be entitled making content for content, or content making content for content. Yeah, bit of a mouthful, but it's so one of the things that I want to do with it is we're really going to start experimenting with everybody's been talking about and playing with this AI artwork so much. We're gonna play with it too, and create some unique images through prompting and then photo bashing things together, and I'm very excited about it, actually. I'm very excited to play with it. This is like the first time that I'm in a position to be on the cutting edge of a new visual. Hey, Whooper, how you doing today, man? Going good. But just saying that this is the first time that I'm in a position to be on the cutting edge of a burgeoning technological advancement for my industry. Like in the 90s into the 2000s, that's when everybody was transferring from traditional mediums to digital mediums. And since I was in middle school and high school at that time, I didn't have access to the latest technology, and coming from a poor area, and parents who didn't really quite care as much about new technology and stuff like that. They they were more outdoorsy people. They weren't big into tech, so we didn't really have access to it as much. And I mean, that's one of the things I think about is like, dang, had I been using Photoshop from its inception, that would have been, instead of when I got my hands on it in my 20s. But yeah, so no, I'm gonna be playing around with the AI and seeing what it can do and what we can do with it, because I think there's going to be some major limitations still for because specificity seems to be like a really big issue with it. So I have some ideas for specific images and trying all kinds of different prompts and stuff, and it's just not really getting exactly what I envision. And when I'm making something, you know, I want it to be my vision. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and create elements of pieces and bash them together and make videos on it. We'll kind of go over the prompts, and those will be less freeform, much more formulaic, and but that's the next step that we want to take for this channel, and is getting into those videos, and that'll be a fun little thing. Gotta finish up some projects, some actual practical projects, to free up a little time for that. But we'll be dedicating time every day to getting into those, which will be a lot of fun. He's got like a kind of a chainmail shirt on, I guess, over padded armor, which is actually incredibly effective armoring. If you there's actually a great YouTuber, Shadiversity. He goes over you know, different medieval weapons and armor and stuff, and oh man, sorry, back's still playing me up a little bit. But he goes over like medieval weapons and armor and their effectiveness, and like their actual effectiveness in, you know, combat situations. But chainmail with quilted armor, or padded cloth underneath it, incredibly effective. Incredibly effective armor. The other really cool one that you don't see that often, but it was like the first armor, is the linothorax. And that was just glued linens. Like, it was just layers of linen and glue. And it was incredibly effective at, you know, like, stuff. I mean, like, this is Bronze Age stuff. So, like, a steel-tipped arrow, it wouldn't have helped too much against. But, you know, copper bronze-tipped arrows, it would just bounce right off of them. One of the craziest things just thinking about is like all advancements in like science and technology are driven by our need to find better ways to hurt each other. Well, find better ways for people with means to compromise other people's ability to create things. Because it's not, you know, it's not the rich people that are. Jeff Bezos isn't going to war. We are. when the Corpo Wars start, when the Johnny Mnemonic era. Oh, here's a fun little thought experiment for you. Something, a fan theory that I have. I mean, I am sad that it feels like people aren't fans of Cyberpunk 2077. It was just overly ambitious, let's be honest. But regardless of how you feel about Cyberpunk 2077 from CD Projekt Red, it's been out a while. There's going to be spoilers here. The character Johnny Silverhand, he started his career out as a corporate terrorist, where he terrorized corporations in this dystopian future that we are currently actually barreling towards, where corporations have more power than nations, and you either work for corporations or scavenge outside of cities for a way to live. But regardless, so Johnny Silverhand, but he didn't even surface as like a rock star / corporate terrorist until his 30s. You never know Johnny's last name in Johnny Mnemonic, the movie starring Keanu Reeves, and he's in his 20s, and they use the same brain courier transfer technology in the movie as in the game. So, is Johnny Mnemonic a precursor to Cyberpunk 2077? And both Johnnies the same character? Mind blown emoji, right? Maybe that's... I mean, I am pretty heavily interested. I do enjoy video games, and most of my friends enjoy video games, so maybe that should also be a factor in this, for some audiences. I do enjoy tossing out the news and the cool little factoids, though. It helps me get out my mansplaining. My fiance and I, we had a brief stint with pregnancy, and one of my friends mansplained being pregnant to a woman who was pregnant. Like, yes. I love you, but you're out of your element, Donnie. His name's not Donnie. That is from the cult classic. Big Lebowski. Sorry, I'm going to... I drift in and out of my own conversation a lot. So, hats off to you if you do too. See, we're just finding shapes here. Just making this work. We know his thumb is right there. That's the most we know. Oh, price alert for some garbage crypto coins. Man, that's gonna be an interesting thing. What do people think crypto is gonna do? I think it's gonna go back up to what it was, but it's just gonna take forever. Playing some Subnautica? Oh man, heard great things about Subnautica, Toasty. It's very spooky looking in parts. And I also like the air supply system, because you actually it's about exploring, and the problem solving is how to explore more without dying. And I value that. That's really awesome, You know what? You know what the issue is here? We're trying to... His thumb. Way out of position here, bud. Your thumb would be more like... And we're missing a joint. See? It's okay. It's okay to mess up. Just fix it afterwards. Once you discover it. There we go. Now we're fixing it. So I guess, yeah, I'm kind of doing like a black and white version of the Alma Prima method. And then we're going to color block afterwards. Like this is creating the shading almost. Like this is going to be... I actually showed it in an earlier episode how we're going to do this. But that it's the... This is the ambient light shade pass, essentially. Subknot, yeah, especially in the unknown territory, when you start getting into those, like, you know, bioluminescent creatures. I got hooked on some Ark videos for a minute. That looks like another interesting survival game involving dinosaurs, where you actually like tame dinosaurs and stuff. You know, it's probably not like the greatest thing ever, but it definitely was interesting, and it seemed challenging too. There was some, at least in the videos I was watching, the guy was doing some pretty hard challenges, it seemed like. All right. What's up? What's up, B? This is... There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. See, now that's looking... the way we want it to, where he's slowly sliding this knife out of its sheath. Like, fuck, I gotta deal with this guy. That's all I wanted. Da, 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 da. Bow, bow, bow. Shrink that down. Because remember, this is like all clamshelling. Clamshelling. Clamshelling like Magellan. I know you love that joke. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's so good. That's so good, yo. I apologize for my earlier outburst of joy at my own brilliance. I mean, but seriously though. But seriously though. Like, you ever seen skills like this? These skills are like totally awesome, dude. Come on, over here. That's the tone we want, bruh. That's it. That's it right there, dude. Very kind of Crystalia voice there. well, like totally births. Ooh, ooh la la. Who doesn't love it when you get some good shape in there. Good shape building. There we go. See, that we're just based on the nearby tones. We're creating that depth. And normally you would use this for a much quicker, smaller painting, where you're just kind of like boom, 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 like boom, 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 and you know, you're just kind of like smashing the colors in and then refining them. We're still sculpting up in her. No. Boom, 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 boom. So how are we going to... Alright. So this shoulder pad definitely going to be strapped underneath the... It's definitely going to be... How is it fastened to his body, you know? There's definitely going to be a strap running down this way. But then it's going to chafe into his shoulder and rely on that. So you would need another strap going across this way like that. But I do believe that one is going to be, so like, yeah, he's got layers of clothing. So that one's going to be hidden, and that's fine. That's good. Strap there. And that's actually going to create separation from those two different clothings, because he's got this chainmail shirt. And that's got very like slow, like a very heavy fold. So almost... No, we're not doing warm-up piece. Yesterday we had spent so much time just kind of like messing around with those warm-up pieces that we wanted to just hop right into this one. So I had done some warm-ups a little earlier. And then we're hopping into this. So he's got some padded armor here. And we're going to showcase the padding. Because like when they do the padded armor, it's kind of like a diamond pattern, you know? So if we instigate that diamond pattern right there, then it informs us where to draw in the highlights. And then we don't need to like copy the pattern over and over and over everywhere. But then after that, so then for the chain, and this one's got like lumpier kind of, it's like when you have folds in a snowsuit, you know? So Toasty's definitely intimately aware of the snowsuit situation. But yeah, when you have folds in a snowsuit, whereas the other one, the chainmail is going to be kind of like softer and heavier. Like these ones balloon out, whereas those ones are going to sag like velvet a bit, you know? So then this one, rings. And we just want to do it with the highlights, because if we do it with the highlights, then... And hey, by the way, thank you for joining us again, XO. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate your support. And then the other thing we can do is we can create like pattern overlays with this. That's using the, you know, Photoshop specific stuff. But this is, the other thing is we're kind of showcasing, like, so that way you can paint this like with just a traditional medium. But then, yeah, so those much like lower, slower folds, very heavy, not a lot of folds, because, you know, it's folds in interlocking solid objects that don't have any, that have a lot of rigidity to them. This is some low energy jam. This is a Lobie. Then we also want have that go in, because his arm is behind him a bit. So like it's pulling back, you know. So yeah, more like that. But yeah, it's really interesting that how potent just a chainmail shirt with little quilted armor underneath it. How effective that was at stopping. Like, you would get nicked potentially from you know, a sharp object, a sharp point. And this is more, this was actually effective against like steel weapons, you know, which is wild to me. But yeah, Shadiversity, if you have some interest in just learning about, he's a great source on the tube for you. Oh goodness. Factory logistic, yeah, here to supplement. Hey man, you can supplement away with your knowledge of satisfactory manufacturing and you know, efficiency. All right, so then next decision we're making, boom, this is, so he's wearing a tabard too, you know, he's got to represent his kingdom. As is convention. He's got some very, you know what the problem is? This whole thing needs to come in this way just a little bit. You know, he's not that bulky a guy. He's a quick dude. So his shoulders don't need to be that broad. Doesn't need those insane World of Warcraft shoulder pads. So, you know, this was polished at one point, so it's got some reflective quality still, but oh yeah, it's gonna be battered and bruised. We're gonna dirty up this shoulder plate a lot. remember he's turned a little in space, so we need to round it out some more. So we actually want to drag this out that way. There we go. And then right in here. There we go. And again, there's so many different ways to approach it. Like I could have done like the sketch rendering, the way we did it yesterday, but this is much more of that alta prima style of painting. Closer to that at least than like your traditional kind of like gesture, sketch, line drawing, color blocking, gradients, lighting, you know, that's generally the way. But I want to do some experiments with color in this piece as well. And then, boom, he's got a dent right there. Boop. Trying to get that dent how we want it. There we go. Excuse me. Sorry about that. How wooed. Very mellow Friday. Trying to help everybody ease into the weekend just ever so gently here, you know? I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, so that should be fun. Some friends are finally getting married. They've been together forever. It's the season of weddings for, or I guess more the time period of weddings for me. Well, see, because of the age difference in me and my fiance, all my friends who are going to get married have kind of gotten married. And now all of her friends are starting to get married. So it's just this never-ending cavalcade of weddings right now. But very excited. I love weddings. I actually realized how much I enjoy dancing lately. Like, it's a great thing. Dancing is so much fun. I wish I knew that I liked dancing when I was younger. And one of the, you know, you grow up not wanting to get judged for things. And, you know, dancing is a lot of fun. And I think not enough people just allow themselves to do it for fear. Because when you're bad at dancing, oof, you know, you feel it. You feel people being like, oh my god, you're fucking bad at dancing. Sorry, you're really bad at dancing. So, yeah, no, it's, I think there's certain amount of holding yourself back when you're younger because you don't want to be bad at dancing. Or be one of those people who's bad at dancing but thinks they're good at dancing. And Elaine Binnis. Elaine Binnis? From Seinfeld. I think her last name is Binnis. I don't know. Somebody in chat will correct me. Probably Axel. He's the logistics guy. But he might have been a Friends person. I feel like people were either Seinfeld or Friends. I don't know if there was any leeway between the two. Both were shows about nothing. It's just all of them were Jewish in one of them. And that's just a legitimate fact about the shows. All 4 characters in Seinfeld were Jewish and made a point of letting you know it constantly. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That right there is a Seinfeld joke. So see, you know which team I generally landed on. Go back and watch it. It's actually genius TV. The writing was the way they connected things together. Just always, it's top drawer. Top drawer. All right, now we're getting somewhere. And actually, I think this would have a bit of a similar kind of, yeah. Well, it's funny, the scratching in the music kind of sounds like, a quill. It's almost like I'm drawing in the old world, the old ways. Now we're finding it. Now we're finding the shape. Oh, nice. Just a little bit of that. So we actually would want. Backlit, so we're gonna just get a nice dash of rim lighting right here. Just a dash, just a dash of that rim lighting, And then, what's that? What's that? Some notches, some battle scars. Little dirt. It was well polished at one point, but now it's got the debris, the marks of a long campaign, a long siege. I think his city's gonna be burning in the background. I think that's what we're gonna do here. And actually, that's one of the things we might, if we start that additional kind of portion of that next stage, the next channel, content making content for content, then we can actually test out some of the AI capabilities with this piece, which would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. There we go. Now let's zoom out. Look at what we've created there. Look at that. Just pulling it out, shaping it up. Oh man, that back though. It is not happy. I think we need this to come in just a skosh. How about that? Or actually bring the whole thing in just a skosh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Fix all that up, blend it back together. I think this we're gonna have to correct a little bit. Still looking pretty flat. You know what? We're gonna try warping it. That's what we'll do. Because I think this should. We could do it. There we go, actually. Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. Get those nice heavy folds in there. The weighty folds of a object with more mass per volume than another object. That, then like this, then this. There we are. Loving it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, everybody. Feeling good. I'm just gonna lighten it up a little bit more. Get this one. This one. Oh man, this one's gonna have to make you pee. The song. but I like that. The glugs and the drinks, and the drips in the beat. Actually, oh man, I'm embarrassed to say this, but there's this Zac Efron movie that I thoroughly enjoy, and I think it's just about somebody like, because it's about somebody creative, like going out and doing it. But it's the one about him being a DJ, and I'm like, I hate myself for liking this so dang much. Because it's one thing to be a DJ. It's another thing entirely to fantasize about being a DJ. What are you gonna do? So this one would be lighter because it's facing up more. And then this one would be... But yeah, I actually really enjoyed that movie. And one of the reasons that I really enjoyed it was they showed sound sampling and stuff like that, and that was really cool to me. And so I do have an appreciation for, you know, a DJ or whoever that's going to like sample. Like at one point he's like he takes samples for like somebody using an automatic nail gun when they're roofing, so he's just got that like, and he, you know, works it into the beats and the songs and stuff, and then like a quarter spinning down on a table, that's, you know, incorporated in there as well. And that's why I was like, that's one of the reasons I was really into the movie. I was like, oh, that is such a cool approach. But there's like, you know, I follow a lot of artists and stuff on Instagram. You can make Instagram and Facebook work for you. Like they can be positive influences in your life. You just have to cultivate the positivity and like the good portions, rather than just allowing the algorithm to make you angry. 'Cause that's what it's designed to do, is piss you off. It is, and then it's frustrating when you meet people who get mad because of it, and then you're like, you know, it's like doing what it's supposed, and they're like, you're part of the problem. And you're like, come on, man, like you're playing right into it. No, but there's this one artist that I follow, and you know, he does some very risque drawings. That's how he makes his money. But some of that, you know, not being why I follow him. Actually, I started following him because he made this one drawing where the character's jacket had this amazing reflective quality to it, and in the description he was, you know, showing that he got that from the inside of a chip bag, and I was like, son of a bitch. That is, and that's just, you know, that's the visual version of real life sampling, and I like it. It was super cool. So yeah, you know, find value in everything, or there's value to be found in everything, even. Oh, interesting data for me. All right. EXO found some interesting data. It's juice brands, ladies and gentlemen, because EXO needs to win yesterday's argument. Here you go. Mott's is the most recognizable apple juice, but there's no metric by this month in 2019. First of all, old data sets, sir. Second of all, what data points are this? What 100? What is the value of 100? What, you know? I mean, by what metric is this measured? Take your garbage science elsewhere, sir. This is not how things are done here on this channel. Where's my peer-reviewed paper? What? The graph that you could have whipped up in 20 seconds? Do you need me to make this graph? No sources on it. Who's the source for this study? Who's the user who posted this? Was it you? 1 view, 2 minutes. Did you just make this? This is why you can't believe everything you read on the internet, people. Look at that. Look at that. This guy. God. Like how you just snuck that in. You're like, oh, hey, I found this graph out of context. You know, what? Nothing. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just on Imager. And, it's, you know, topically relevant to the Borgman Designs channel with 7 viewers, is a juice graph. Ugh. Did, oh, man. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Sorry, gotta plug something in here. Sorry, just lost my train of thought. But anyways, whatever I was saying, I guess it wasn't that important. But we're going to, oh man. All right. He needs more determination. And that's how you make determination. Oh no, you're not a problem. Just got a message from somebody that I have to take care of at some point today. That's what derailed me a bit. Sorry about that. You know, life always beckons, people. Life always beckons. Whew. Okay. So as you can see, so there we go. Yeah, now you can see, like, so the more determined you get, the more your eyebrows and eyes meet. And it's so funny because this is one of those situations where you can choose not to put in the details here, because when we zoom out, he's not, I mean, like, somebody with their face, like, say we printed this into, you know, we made prints out of this and put it, like, as a poster, people would have to be right up to it to see any detail in his face. But we're still going to include it because it's more fun that way. And then, you know what's even funnier about it is after we include that detail, we're going to wash it right out with shadows. But, I mean, isn't that just nice to look at, though? I'm thinking of Richard Gere as Lancelot in that old movie First Night. Really dating myself here. It's King Arthur. It's an Arthurian tale starring Richard Gere. I don't remember who plays Guinevere, but James Bond himself is King Arthur. Sean Connery. Hey man, enjoy your weekend, Whooper. Thank you so much for joining us this week, and thank you for all of your hard work and research on the Finnish mythology. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. But have a great weekend, bud. Oh, you know what the problem is? Hydration break, everybody. Here's your daily dose. All right, let's see. All right. Digging it. Whew. And then put a little soot on his face. And then he's got some extra protective cloth right here. Sorry for the silence there. We were just, you could just enjoy the beat for a bit while I worked through the planes of the face there. Finish shaping all that up. Alright, and then this is where we blur our vision and see you know what we're gonna do? Take this, I think we're going to move it this way and rotate it a little. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Oh, shoot. One moment, please. Okay. All right. Yeah, we had to shift his weight. Much better now. Yeah. Shift his center of gravity some. You know what? This is actually going to be an open-sided tabard, like those gym dudes, you know, whose tank tops are cut so much that you can just see right in. So then we'll so then we see the belt fastener, or the buckle, belt and buckle to a certain extent. This one. And then we're going to get chainmail shirt. That's going to come down like this. And that would actually tighten up the chainmail here, because that shoulder's raised from him and canted forward a little bit from him unsheathing his extra blade. So we actually want to roll that forward. There we go. And right there. There we go. And we'll fix this one up. Way down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. And that drops that shoulder down. Perfect. And then that would come out just a bit. There's just an overarching and then there's one extra piece. I want layers of clothing on this guy. But hey, the more clothing, greater chances of survival when sharp and pointy things are being hurled at you. Chainmail stuff. There we go. Yep. I guess that's actually our tabard color right there, more so than anything else. So. Giving away all my secrets here. But that doesn't matter anymore because now we have AI art. So it's not like I'm giving away secrets, I'm just showing people how to do the things that the AI can do for them. So yes, these two pieces of fabric, here and here, are going to be from the same. So this is going to be chainmail. That's his coif. Coif is the hood that goes over when he wants to wear it. And he's not wearing it now. Probably exhausted. We're gonna have to like plaster hair to his face, showcase that he's sweaty too. This has been a long day for him. Long day of defending the city, which is gonna be burning in the background. Yeah, no, that's actually one of the things that I'm planning on doing. And I'm going to have some AI elements that I'm gonna generate some AI elements for like rather than me like draw a city burning in the background, you know, I'm gonna see what the AI can come up with, because that's the kind of thing where it's like I want to create, you know, portions of a piece and then bring them together through to exactly what I want. But yeah, I also want to try and recreate this piece with AI, because that's the thing, you know, talking about just like the specificity. AI struggles with specificity. I was doing all kinds of prompts yesterday, testing it out and seeing what it's capable of, how it interprets things. And, you know, there are some very like good ways that you can communicate with it. But that being said, like it's limited. It can't do everything. He's got just a little bit of cloth here to protect his neck skin from getting pinched by the chainmail. So it's going to be a different cloth right there, because that chainmail will pinch. It'll pinch you good. But yeah. So his badge of office. Yeah, no. If a AI remade this, I don't know if it would be able to do it, and I'll try and get it to do it in the same perspective, you know. And I think what it would come down to is I would have to generate each character separately, generate the background separately through prompts, and then put them all together into a cohesive piece. So, and then that's turned away. Golden badge of office. Shing. So yeah, we're just kind of blocking in the tones and then going in and refining the shape that we create with that tonal shift. Of course, the badge of office couldn't be actual gold. It would be far too soft to be used in battle. And then he'd start getting tripped up on his... He'd get all tripped up on his... This piece would actually go right through the center there. But yeah, we'd get tripped up on his sash of office that goes with the badge of office. And then I think... Should we So this is going to be the tabard. This is the sash. Tabard here. And then chainmail all the way down. Yeah, that's how we like it. Oh yeah. And then this is the chainmail. We're gonna just rough it in. See that? That's the sound. That's actually historically the sound that chainmail makes when you're forging it. That's exactly. That's historical accuracy. Look it up. Look it up if you don't believe me. And then that goes there. And then I think this shoulder pad hangs a little bit lower, since this is... So his fighting style is going to be that, and again, like the reason I'm even like talking about it is because we need to discern this information to maybe if so data or a graph to back up my claim. I actually have sound recordings from 1420, and actually, no, that one was. My apologies. No. These ones are from 1326. I have some sound recordings from a forge from 1326. I'll go ahead and get those put up on the web for you, and you'll see that I'm right. And I actually have photographic evidence of them forging it, so you know that the sound recordings aren't faked. So yeah, I got plenty of visual and auditory proof. Okay, so I don't need you naysaying over there, sir. And then this is kind of modeled after. I love the old ways that Scottish, like with Scottish tartans, how they would fasten their clothing and stuff with these really cool pins. And it's so funny that I used to be so against reference material, because basically what I'm doing is I'm just trying to memorize. It is the greatest level of hubris to think that I could memorize all of the things that have ever been produced on Earth and then just pull them from out of my head to draw them. Like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? Like, get over yourself. Reference is not cheating. You're not an art god. So if you are watching this and believing that using references is in some way, is in some way detracting from your vision or creativity, every melody on Earth has already been made. Every shape has already been drawn. Just freaking use some reference. There are no new shapes, I guess, is the best way that I can. And since it's all just shape, and there's no new shapes, there's no new colors. I mean, Pantone would disagree, because I see that they're like, oh yeah, no, we invented a new blue. No, that blue already existed. You just found a way to recreate it artificially. But regardless, yeah, no, there's no new colors, there's no new shapes. So, help yourself by looking up the shapes that you want to use. If you are struggling, rather than just continuing to struggle. My goal is to eventually be at that level where I don't need as much reference material, especially for the things that I like drawing. So, I know a lot of medieval stuff because I really like drawing fantasy and once I start getting into science fiction, there's actually this great artist who will just use kitchen objects and turn them into spaceships. And I love his work. Oh my gosh. I'll have to look that up. So that's my homework for the weekend, is to look up this artist. So that way I can share him, do a better job of sharing him with you. Because it's so much fun. But yeah, so it's like, he's using kitchen appliances for his kitchen tools for his reference material, like an ice cream scooper, and then he turns that shape into a spaceship, and it's friggin' awesome, and that's kind of my point. So once I start, because I do want to get into some science fiction stuff, I actually have ideas for once we actually finish and get this finish up and get this graphic novel I'm working on into production. The one I keep talking about, the one I keep plugging, that isn't even close to being released yet. But once I get that finished and into production, I actually have several ideas for some other stuff, and I really want to do. There is a science fiction one, story, universe that I want to make, bit dystopian. And then I actually just came up with one today that, it'll be a lot of fun too. I'm not going to be giving away all my secrets, because if I don't make it and then somebody else does, I'm just giving away my IP for free. Can't be having that. But anyways, we are starting to wind down here, hitting that 3:00 hour. And I want to thank everybody for joining me, coming and hanging out, as we got some good work done on this. Fixed a lot of the issues with this background figure. We're gonna get to work on his lower body, at some point here soon, and it's gonna start coming together, and then we'll have fun. Testing and seeing if we can get something close to it once we finish it with AI. So yeah, that'll be good. But again, thank you so much for joining me this Friday. Hope I helped relax you, get you ready for the weekend, and thank you for joining me. Hope I enjoyed the tunes, enjoyed the company. So check us out, Borgman Designs, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, VOD, and keep grinding, keep working towards what you're trying to get done, and keep putting love out into the world. Thank you so much, and we will see you Monday. Have a great weekend.